Yeah, this again. Right, this is MetaQuest 3. You know that earlier in the year I bought a damaged box as sold as new damaged box Quest 3, and it wasn't new. Turned out someone else had scammed Amazon, and it wasn't new. And so for that reason, even though I got the 256 gig version, I couldn't get. Meta wouldn't release Quest Plus for me. So I ended up sending the whole unit back to Amazon, got refunded on that, and bought another one through a game. And then I spent a lot of money on the Bobo S3 battery head strap to make it usable. You really need a battery head strap with the Quest 3 because the battery life is about an hour otherwise, and so that's not good enough for what I want to use it for. So I got the S3 head strap. Comes with one battery. I bought the charging dock and the second battery. Second battery, whole nother problem I had with that, because it got lost by the courier. The courier lost the second battery, and then I had to communicate with both the courier and Bobo to try and get me a new battery. They eventually sent me another one, and I had to wait several weeks for that to arrive, so I didn't really get to review the head strap, which I think is okay. It does make the whole unit quite heavy when you've got the battery and the head strap on there as well. It makes it, but it's comfortable because it kind of takes the pressure off your face. It's not like wearing a ski goggle anymore. It's more like a PSVR. And it's quite well padded. I got a different facial gasket from TikTok. I think I bought it from the TikTok shop. Yeah, so I got a different facial gasket to get one with like PU leather that's wipe cleanable, because you can sweat in this headset quite a lot, especially with so much padding and things contact with your head in so many different places. It does mean that your head can't really shed the heat, and so you will sweat. And so I was glad of the fan, which even at maximum is only sort of barely breathing on your forehead, which is it does help, and you do notice it when it's not there, especially if you're playing an energetic game like 11 table tennis, which I do like to play, or Until You Fall, which I streamed the other day. So yes, you get kind of sweaty in there, and so the fan is useful. Especially if you've got headphones in, which I normally do when I'm streaming, because you don't want like the double audio, but you don't notice the fan noise. So there is fan noise, but you don't notice it so much. If you've got headphones in, obviously you can't hear it. So, but then you kind of like, oh, why am I getting hot? And then you realise the battery at the back has run out and the fan's turned off. And because the Quest has got its own battery in it, you don't notice that that's happened until you realise that you're currently drifting in sweat, and then you need to hot swap the batteries, and that works really well. You can hot swap the batteries and put them magnetically on the charging dock. Charging dock, very happy with. Batteries, very happy with. Head strap, again, it kind of solves the problem it creates by adding a fan, adding this fan on the top here, but the problem it creates that problem by having so many pads that make the thing comfortable but also stop heat from escaping. So that's my experience with Quest 3 and the head strap, and my like very expensive head strap, the Bobo S3, especially if you buy a second battery and the battery dock. And I think you want that because you don't want to be faffing with plugging these things. The great thing is you can just pull the battery off and whack it on the dock and it's instantly on charge. So that's very good. So, but stupendously expensive. I think all in, it was like nearly 150 quid or something. That gets very close to quite a lot of money, doesn't it? So again, not everyone's going to need it, I suppose. But if you want to stream for a long time, then you can't stream on Quest for a long time if you haven't solved the battery issue, or if you want to stream with a wire, then I guess you could do that. Anyway, but that's not the end of the story, is it? No, of course not. Of course not, because nothing can go right, can it? No, not for this channel. So I've got another problem. I've got a problem, and it's with this, the left controller. And I know what you're thinking. You're screaming at screen. Oh, he's got stick drift already. No, 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 because I couldn't have the same problem as everyone else. No, of course not. The problem I've got is with the trigger. The trigger. Trigger warning. that's going to be the tagline for this video. Trigger warning. So this is the left controller for the Quest 3, and for me, the trigger does not register for a press like this, or like this, or like this. I have to do this. That's right. You have to press. Not. It doesn't click like the blue. Like if you're trying to select something and there's like a blue line, it does normally on the other controller. I just do this and it goes immediately blue, and you can select things like text if you're trying to type on the virtual keyboard. You just do that, and I'd have both controllers. I'd be like, typing something like something, and then I'd be doing it with both hands, and you can type twice as quick then. And I thought, oh, they've changed the keyboard such that you can't use the left controller to click the keys anymore. But no, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was the fact that my trigger has stopped functioning. So it doesn't register a trigger press until you are physically pushing it hard into the body of the controller. And that is really annoying, because I'm trying to play a game like I was playing Until You Fall the other day, and you trigger your super with the trigger press, and I thought I'd pressed it and nothing had happened. And the reason that nothing had happened is because now I'm having to press it beyond where you would want to press the trigger. So I mean, its full length of travel, like for a gentle press, is there, but that won't trigger it. I have to actually physically force it into the, like, to connect. I have to go beyond there. That's when the normal one would have triggered, and I have to go beyond that, and it starts triggering there. And so of course I'm like, well, is there a calibration for this? So I go into the menus and look for the calibration, and no, there's no calibration for this. And then I look online and they say, try taking the battery out, replacing the battery, which I've done. They say to unpair and repair it using the app to your headset. So I've unpaired it and I've repaired it. Not repaired, but repaired. And I tried all that. I took the battery out for like 15 minutes because they said like 30 seconds, and then I was like, someone else said like take it out for longer than that, so I took it out for like 15 minutes, and then tried like repairing it to the headset, but no, nothing seems to like reset the trigger. I don't know what it is. It was if it's like it's analog. So where does the trigger press happen? If you look at the animation in the headset, which I might show you, then when I press, then the animated version of the controller does not register that I'm pressing it at all. It does not register this press until it's like pushed right into the body of the controller. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to RMA my Quest 3 controller. I'm not having much luck with Meta, am I, at the moment? So my left controller behaves differently to the right one. So the right one, if I just press the trigger gently, you can see that the laser pointer turns blue. And then you can see I can press it all the way with that gentle press. So there's like quite sensitive. Laser pointer turns blue after a small press of the trigger. And you can see like the real thing in the background there. You can see when it turns blue there. Now let's look at the left controller.
and you can see the laser pointer doesn't turn blue at all, even when I'm pressing the trigger all the way in until I press it hard, and then it turns blue. So it behaves completely differently to the other one. It means that when you're trying to type with what would be two finger typing using both controllers, then it doesn't register the left click unless you doesn't register the left trigger press unless you really push it. Then you can see, like, as I apply more pressure, you can see the trigger going, but not it's not going in the initial part of the trigger press. So, despite the fact that it seems to be detecting the capacitive nature of my finger being there, you can see I'm pressing the trigger, but the model of the controller isn't registering that until I hit the end of the travel and then press hard. Then it starts to register that. So I can still use it technically, but it's not good, and I have to make a conscious effort to press the trigger hard if I want anything to happen with the left controller. So I think the left controller is faulty and it's going to have to go back.
Anyway, so long story short, too late. Long story short, there's a fault with the controller. So I suppose I could take it apart and have a look and see if it's something user repairable. But that would mean like taking the stickers off to get to the screws, which are in the battery tray, under the battery, under the sticker, and it would mean like removing ribbon cables, which look quite difficult. I watched a video of someone tearing one of these things down, and it looked quite difficult to successfully do. You have to remove the glue that they used to put the top on. You have to remove the sticker that's inside the battery tray that tells you which way around to put the battery. You have to have a Torx 5 screwdriver and take the whole thing apart. So I've not done that. It's under warranty, so why should I do that? So now we're into the warranty claim. Anyway, so I contacted Meta support and said what the issue was, and said the trigger wasn't functioning correctly. And then they've sent me an email back saying, tell me the serial number of your controller. So when you contact support, what I recommend you do is you open the battery tray, and then under the QR code, which is near where the battery is, there's the battery. I've still got a battery in there. But under the QR code, there's a serial number, and that's the serial number they'll need. So if you're contacting Meta about these, you can probably cut one email out if you send the serial number of both controllers and maybe the headset as well when you send your initial report in, because that will save you 3 days of time. So because I sent my report in, then 3 days later they contacted me asking for the serial numbers. So I sent them the serial numbers, and then 3 days later they responded again. So it'll save you maybe like 3 days, maybe even 6 days. It might even save you 6 days of time if you send the serial numbers with your initial. I sent the serial number of the headset, but no, they wanted the serial numbers of the controllers. So it probably could save you 6 days of your life if you send the serial numbers of the controllers as well at the same time as the headset. Let me show you where the serial numbers are without showing you the serial number. Oh, probably better not. Anyway, but yes, you take the battery out, and then you kind of tilt the controller, and then you can see a little QR code, and under that is where the serial number is. And I found it easiest way to copy that down is to take a picture of it with your phone, and then you can use like Google Lens or something, and you can like just copy the text for it rather than, but it will begin GO something or GOY something. Anyway, so I did that. Then they sent me another email today at midnight, or like 1 o'clock in the morning. They sent me another email saying what they want me to do, and the first thing they suggested I do was clean the controller with a lint-free cloth. Fine. Well, obviously the controller is like as new condition, so I did it anyway. It doesn't, of course, it makes no difference whatsoever. And the next thing they say is to take the battery out for 30 seconds, which I did it again anyway, because, you know, I don't want to be like that guy that doesn't cycle the power on and off. Anyway, I took the battery out for 30 seconds like they say and put it back in. No effect, obviously. Next thing they tell you to do is to calibrate the controller, and that was just a waste of time, because all that does is calibrate the thumbstick for forward direction and dead zone and like rotation. My problem's nothing to do with the thumbstick, so that they wasted my time with that instruction, and I don't like having my time wasted. Meta, you know what my problem was? Well, my problem now is Meta, isn't it? But I did it anyway, right? I did it anyway, just to be a friggin' pedant. I did it anyway, but that is obviously not going to have any effect on the calibration of the trigger, which they have no calibration for. So I did that, no avail. And the next thing they said is, if nothing works there, then factory reset the controller. They sent me an email that said I could factory reset the controller. I was like, this is it. This is the thing that's going to work. And do you know what they say to do? They say to press the X button, then press the menu button 5 times, at which point the LED will flash orange, and then when it reboots, it will turn blue. And you know what? That doesn't work, does it? No, because that's not a thing, is it? No, that's proven to be not a thing. That does not work. There is no factory reset using that method on these controllers. There's a whole Reddit thread that says, Meta have told me to do this and it doesn't work. And you know what? No, it doesn't work for anyone. So they're completely wasting my time with that. So now I've had to go back to them saying, I have done the 4 things you've asked, and the 4th thing doesn't even work, and it's known not to work. So I've wasted my time with that, and I will show you it not working, right? I will show you that you cannot factory reset a controller the way they specify to do, which is to press and hold X and tap the menu button 5 times. So I will show you that now, and that doesn't work. I will hold the X button, then I will tap, I'm pressing it, tapping it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh look, is the LED going orange? Is it then going to go blue as it reboots? No, it isn't, because that doesn't work. It doesn't exist. That is not a thing. Meta, you just wasted my time, you morons. So, hopefully, they will RMA the controller, which is what they should have done to begin with 6 days ago. We await their response, presumably in 3 more days. But I'll show you again. I'll show you. I'm not tricking you. That is pressed down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap it 5 times. Does it go orange? No, it does not. Does it go blue? Of course it doesn't go blue. I'll press it. Oh, maybe you have to press it 5 times quickly. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it going orange? No, of course not. Maybe you have to wait until it stopped showing up. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it going to do it now? No, of course it isn't, because it doesn't bloody work. It doesn't exist. That instruction is just to waste your time. It wasted my time because I tried it about 15 times on here. It wasted my time because I then looked it up. It wasted my time because then I went through a Reddit thread where people were trying it and going, well, no, that's never worked. And then it wasted my time because then I had to reply to Meta and say, why are you even asking me to do this? It doesn't work. It's proven it doesn't work. Anyway, that's a better update. So, in the meantime, because you know what? I like using my Quest. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? This doesn't work. The trigger doesn't work. And while I wait for that, I did what anyone with logic would do. I gave Meta even more money. Yeah. I did the logical thing, which is to buy the better controllers. Right? It's not logical. It's stupid. I don't know why I'm giving Meta more money. But I bought these. I bought these. I bought the Pro controllers. They're heavier. They're heavier. I like them. I like them. They're heavier. The thumbsticks are heavier. The tracking is better. You can do bow games properly now. I can put. I gave them to my son to try, and he was playing in death, and he was putting the controller behind his head so you could look through the arrow. So the arrow was literally like running through his eye. So yeah, the tracking works much better on these. But these are £260, £240. I got them on. They were on sale. I'm such a sucker. They're on sale. They're like £60 off. I would not have bought them at 300 quid. And I'm only buying them because I know that this is going to take ages. Because they're morons now. They're bad at support now. Meta are bad at. When they were Oculus, they were good. The support I got from Oculus was great, but the support I'm getting from Meta has just not been good. It's not been good. They've not seen me right. Oculus really did a good job with their support, and since it's become Meta, I guess they've got a lot more people to deal with. I don't know, but I got these, so we'll see how these go. They feel nice in the hand. They come with a charging dock. The batteries are built in. They kind of look like a duck. Quack, 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 quack. So that's good, because ducks are good. So yeah, they kind of look like a duck. Would I recommend these? They've got a strange material here on the grip. It's I don't know if it's slightly it's grippy and rubbery. I don't know if I like the feel of it or not. But anyway, and I've left the paper on. The paper, it still works with the paper on. So I don't know if I need to remove that paper. Probably track even better with the paper off. But they are self-tracked. They've got the cameras. They've got cameras on. They've got a camera there, and they've got cameras there, and it looks like a duck, a cute duck. Hello, I'm a duck. Hello, look at my duck face. So yes, I've got these. Right. Okay. One thing you should know. You might think, oh, that would be really handy to have like two sets of controllers, such that because these are rechargeable, when the charge expires on these, I could just quickly switch over to these. But you can't have them both paired at the same time. You can only have one set of controllers paired to your Quest at a time, which means when these run out of batteries, you'd have to go back into the app, because you can't even do it directly on the headset. You'd have to go into the app on your phone to pair these ones again. So that is worth bearing in mind. You can't have two sets of controllers running, like with one set turned off and the other set ready to go. If you were going to run two sets of controllers, you can't have both of them paired at once. So just bear that in mind. So now whenever I get like an email every 3 days from Meta telling me to do something else stupid with these, I have to pair them again to the headset. And then when I want to actually play something, I'm going to have to pair these back to the headset through the Meta app. And it's quite difficult because your headset needs to be in vicinity of your phone, and they both need to be connected to the same Wi-Fi so that you can go into your phone. And it's quite difficult to get to because you click on something, you don't click on the thing called Quests, because that's their way of trying to get you into Meta Horizon when what you're trying to do is troubleshoot. So to get to where you pair the controllers, again, it's really not straightforward. Every time I do this, I have an issue with it. So you have to click on your face You click on your face and then click on the 3 lines at the top, and then don't click on quests, click on devices, and then you have to click on your like MetaQuest 3 or whatever there, and then you have to click on headset settings, which only becomes clickable when the headset is connected to the same Wi-Fi that you're on, and then you can click on headset settings, and then you can click on the controllers, and then you can pair the new controller, and in the process of pairing the new one, it unpairs the old ones. So yeah, so you can't have like your Pro controllers paired at the same time as your normal ones, and then like say, oh, I finished using these, perhaps I'll try these. Okay, that's kind of annoying, because you might have, if you were like keen, you might have these like, you know, connected to a gun stock, and then maybe you want to play like a different game, and you don't want to like faff around taking the gun stock adapters or whatever you've got third party attached to your controller off, and you might want to just like pick up these ones, but you can't do that, because you can only have one paired at a time. So it's just a thought for the future. Maybe you want to have more than one set of controllers. Most people won't bother having more than one set of controllers. Most people won't have an issue with their trigger. They'll have an issue with the thumbstick drifting. But we don't have an issue with the thumbstick drifting. That was the Quest 2 that had that issue. Yeah, I had that issue with the Quest 2 thumbstick. But no, this one, it's the trigger, and I'll show you a quick video that I took of that not working, just in case people are going, in the comments, I don't believe you. Well, I'll show you. Anyway, that's all I've got for Adventures in Quest on the 17th of August 2024. Alright, I'll catch you in the next video. Why do these things happen to me? Why? I don't want to be the guy that rants about Quest. I'm like the VR enthusiast guy. I'm not the guy you... I'm the guy you pay off. I don't get paid. I'm not even the guy you pay off. I can't even make the collateral quote. So yeah, annoying build quality issue, or something's gone wrong inside, and I haven't had it long. So can I get a Quest 3 that actually works, please? Thank you. Better, please. Thank you. Without paying an additional £260. Thanks. I don't know what the additional stuff costs I've paid now to make it comfortable and usable. Well, I know I could have bought another left controller off Meta for like 70 quid, which is 70 quid each, these 70 quid. So no, I thought I'd pay more than double that to get one of these, because I want to play in depth and have tracking that's good. Anyway, right, yeah, that's it. I'll let you know if there's an update. Meta, if you're watching, RMA my controller and hurry up about it, and stop wasting my time with instructions that don't work, please. Alright, till then, bye.